diabetics here? I can't see diabetes. So how do we know? How do we know who has diabetes? Anybody?
If we tell you.
They tell you. They. Who? Seal? Who is they?
Diabetic patients, people with diabetes.
How do you all find out that you have diabetes?
Blood test.
Blood test. And what does the blood test say?
Your
Really? Comes up, it says you are one.
Your AC1 number.
Sorry?
A1C, what I say,
But I missed what you said.
The A1C number.
A1C number? Definitely. A1C. You all know what your A1Cs are? Everyone? Everyone?
No.
Anyone? How many of you don't know your A1C? Okay. Most of you do. Well, A1C is a wonderful measure of what's going on in your body over a 90-day period. The glucose attaches itself to red blood cells as the transport mechanism to go around our bodies. And if it's not absorbed by the cells, then it stays in the blood, it stays attached. Well, since every 90 days our body replenishes its red blood cell, all of the red blood cells, we can tell how much is attached to the hemoglobin attached, glucose attached to the hemoglobin, and that tells us how we've been doing over 90 days. What's the goal? What's the goal for A1C?
6.5.
Sorry?
6.5.
6.5, that would be excellent. Anyone know what ADA recommends?
I think it's 5.7 now.
5.7 would be very close to normal for people without diabetes. The guideline says 7 or lower as far as ADA. Now, the American Association of Endocrinologists has a little tighter. They want you to be 6.5 or below. And I'm happy to tell you that for the last 10 years or so, my A1C has been under 7. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm known as the joyful diabetic. And you might say, what are you, nuts? How can you have diabetes and be joyful? And the answer is right there on your shirt. Attitude.
Oh boy.
Attitude. If your attitude is such that you find joy in the mastery of diabetes care, you've just scored a very important thing with your body. We need to be in relationship with our bodies. I started as a type 2 in 1979. And at that time I weighed 235 pounds on a 5'9" body. Way too much. And I spent a year, oh, by the way, how did they know I was a diabetic? Because of the sugar readings. It's all about sugar. And it's not absolute. If my sugar had been 500, I think they could conclude with one test that I have diabetes. But if it's 130 or 140, that's not quite so conclusive. And so it takes multiple tests over time. Does one bad test mean much to all of you?
No,
No. Why?
because you can improve it, really.
Because you can improve it. Exactly right. It's an indicator of where you are. A1C is a much longer period of time, and many are now using that as a good measure. So a 7 or lower is a good thing to shoot for.